do with the project, I do thank you wholeheartedly for your contribution. I wish now to remind everyone on the platform of our charity ball on December 6th, 2025. It will be a night to remember. It will be at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. It starts promptly at 8 p.m. This is our major fundraising activity for the year. And so we look forward to seeing you all. And if it is that you ticket cost 20,000, if it is that you are unable to contribute in that way, we do have an option where persons can buy what we're calling a strip in our signature magazine. So you could speak to DP Marcel, DLG Willie, or myself, or any other member of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. If they don't have the information immediately, they will be able to direct you to where you can get information about how it is that you can support in this way. So we would love to see you there, but if it is that you cannot be there in person, we give you that opportunity where you can support by purchasing a strip in the signature magazine. And this year, with what is happening or what has happened in central and western parishes of Jamaica, the impact of Hurricane Melissa and the devastation that she has left behind, we will be standing in solidarity with those of our brothers and sisters in those parishes. And this year, we will be focusing the ball on the theme, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston cares for Jamaica. And we have included a special feature in at this year's ball where persons can make direct contributions to the relief efforts in central and western parishes. This evening, we look to the future as we will be hearing from some of our leaders in our service leadership programs. So joining us this evening will be Governor SARA Norman from Key Club Jamaica District, LG Alexya Abrams from Division 1 Key Club Jamaica District, and DS Alicia Ellis from CKI Caribbean District. So we recently celebrated Key Club Week, so we thought it fitting that we should allow them to share with us their experiences as leaders so far in the movement. We also hope that this will foster greater camaraderie and that this will show them and help them along their journey as they move from SLP members to Kiwanians when they get to that age. So we're hoping that meetings like this and opportunities like this will sow seeds that will bear fruit in the near future. So again, I thank you all for joining us. And I am now going to turn over to President-elect Arsenio Sawyers, and he will be doing the official welcome to this week's meeting. Do enjoy the meeting, and we look forward to sharing with you again. P.E. Arsenio.
Good evening again, everyone. So now that the president has done the official welcome, I will just jump right into welcoming all our visitors, guests, SLP members. Thank you for taking the time to be with us this evening. So I'd like to start by inviting anyone who's visiting with us from outside Jamaica to introduce themselves. Anyone visiting with us from outside Jamaica? Okay. Let's move on. Do we have any visitors from Division 25?
You don't need to pause so long, Arsenio. You can just keep moving.
Yes. Anyone from Division 24? Anyone from Division 23 East? All right, let's move on. Anyone from Division 23 West? Hello?
Okay,
Hi.
hello. Sorry about that. May I go ahead? 23
Yes,
East?
please.
So,
Yes, please.
right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, PE, Arsenio.
Good evening.
Greetings from the Kiwanis Club of New Kingston. Our president, President Taylor Smelly, also bring our greetings to you. I am Linda Pennycook, and on the platform with me here right now from my club are, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. I hope I'm not leaving anybody. I'm sure others will join soon. Thank you so much for having us. And we're looking forward to a very interesting meeting. Okay.
Thank you very much for joining.
You're welcome.
Do we have anyone from Division 23 West?
Hello, good night. I'm President Swain from the KIWANIS Club of Spalding Christina, and we are 4 in number.
Good evening. Thanks for joining. Do we have anyone else from Division 23 West?
Yes, good evening. I'm President Kirk from Kiwanis Club of South St. Catherine. I'm seeing 3 of us so far, and I'm sure others will join. Looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Anyone else for 23 West?
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm Past Director Annette from the Kiwanis Club of Greater Portmore. I think I'm alone at this time, but I hope to enjoy your meeting.
Thank you for joining. And when you're among Kiwanians, you're never alone.
Okay.
All right. Do we have anyone else from Division 23 West? Okay, if not, let's move on. Do we have any visitors from Division 23 Central?
Hi, good evening, PE. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So at this time, I am DP Eurydice. And at this time, I am just in my reflection. But I am going to be content knowing that I'm representing 23 Central Surrey Online. So have a wonderful meeting and see you on the other side of the meeting. Thanks, bye.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else from 23 Central?
Yes, good evening, PE. This is President Thelma. We currently have 4 members online. Looking for a wonderful meeting, and thank you for the invitation.
No problem. Thanks for joining. Any more visitors from 23 Central?
PE, good evening. This is IPLG Sharon from the Kiwanis Club of Stony Hill. I don't think there are any of my members on as yet, but I am happy to be here sharing with you, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful evening.
Thanks for joining. Happy to have you. Do we have any more visitors from 23 Central? Okay, if not, I know we have some SLPs with us today. So if you want, you may go ahead and introduce yourselves. Any SLP members outside of our speakers? Okay, if not, if there are any other visitors who would like or are here with us, you may go ahead and, or guests of Kiwanians, you may go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Good night, everyone. This is President Topaz Emmanuel from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College Circle K Club in St. Lucia, and I have a few members on with me here tonight, and we look forward to this meeting. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining.
Good night. This is President Latanya from St. Andrews Southern Professionals Online, and we are 2 in number so far. I'm looking forward to knowing the SLPs and to a great meeting. Have a good evening.
Likewise, thanks for joining.
Hi, good night. This is Ariana Bertha, the president of St. Andrew High School for Girls Tea Club. I currently have 3 members online, and I'm hoping to see some more. But thank you for the invites and enjoy your evening.
Thanks, you too.
Good evening. This is President Brittany Small from the BTDI Circle K. We are in 2 in number, and we hope to have a great meeting with you. Thank you for the invite.
Good night, everyone. This is Ramona Reed, the president of the St. Luke's High School for Girls Key Club. So far, we have 3 members, including myself, online. I would like to use this opportunity to thank the Kiwanis Club of Kingston for extending an invite to us. I hope that everyone and their families are doing well during this time. I would also take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston for funding my scholarship grant. Your support has brought me one step closer to achieving my career goals, and I truly appreciate the help that you have given me. And of course, another big shout out to the Kiwanis Club of Kingston for their continued support towards my club, and we truly value all that you have done for us. Thank you, and I hope you have an exciting meeting tonight.
Thank you so much for joining. We are very happy we were able to help you in that area. Any other SLPs or guests of Kiwanians? All right, if there are none, I'll now hand back to you, President Zuri.
Thank you, President-elect. And again, welcome to all, and do enjoy your time with us. Apologies for absence. I have an apology from Director Andy Jean-Baptiste, who unfortunately was not able to join this evening due to work commitments. That's the only apology that I got directly, but I will ask DLG, Willie, did you receive any apologies?
Yes, we have an apology, or 2 apologies, one from distinguished President Richard Rees, and the other one from DLG East Dunville, who is not in good shape at this time.
All right, so our prayers will be with DLG Easton in this time. Is there any other member who would like to extend an apology at this time? Well, on behalf of someone else. All right, there being no further apologies, we go to celebration mode as we do the recognition of birthdays and anniversaries. And I will invite Vice President Uncle Dr. Andrew Burton to do birthdays, recognition of birthdays and anniversaries.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Prez, for my official title. Uncle Andrew here, special to all the SLPs. It's my pleasure this evening to lead the celebration for the birthdays and anniversaries, and also any good news that anybody feels to unmute and share. Those that we have listed so far, and these are the celebrants for today between November 11 to next week, Monday, November 17. We celebrate with Hazel, the wife of past Chairman Clarebert Scott, who has her birthday on the 12th, that's tomorrow. And also with distinguished President Lloyd Barnett and his wife Charmaine. They celebrate their anniversary on the 13th, 2 days from now. So I open the floor. Is there anyone who has a birthday within the coming week between today and next Monday, or celebrates an anniversary? Anything that we can celebrate with you here on the call? You can just quickly unmute or put it in the chat to share. No.
Kiwani David Brooks from North St. Andrew here. I celebrate my birthday this coming Saturday, November the 15th.
All right. Happy birthday when it comes, Kiwani and David. And thanks for joining with us. All right. If there are no other celebrants, I return the mic to our president. But as I said, feel free to drop it in the chat or unmute if anybody does have something to share. Thank you.
VP Andrew.
Hi, PD Crystal.
This is Director Crystal. I hope all is well. For good news and bad news. Good news in Montego Bay, West Village, and another community have received light and water. We have not received that as yet by leaders. However, the mayor did promise us that we'll be getting it soon. So we're so grateful. The internet connectivity sucks. However, pardon my language. However, if you have Starlink here, it's a go. But if you have Flow and Digicel at this time, it's unstable. The connectivity is not stable at all. Back over to you. All right.
Thank you so much. That's great news to hear that some aspects, some areas in our other city have been receiving utilities back. Thank you so much for sharing. And we know Mayor Vernon is on the job. And if he said he's working on it, we believe so.
Yes, he's definitely on top of it.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you for sharing. All right. I return the mic to President Zuri.
Thank you, VP Uncle Andrew. And we celebrate with all those persons who will be celebrating their birthdays and anniversaries, and we wish you the very best when they come. At this time, we will have Kiwanis Education, and Kiwanis Education will be done this week by Dale G. Desmond Bachelor. Dale G. Desmond.
Yep.
I thought I saw him on
President
earlier. Yes,
he may be on. He may be on, but he's asked me if I could just pinch it for him because he's having interconnectivity problems. So I would take for Kiwanis Education this evening something out of the advisor guide for Key Club. Being last week was Key Club week, this might be very useful, in particular to our new Kiwanians. Kiwanis advisor. Each Kiwanis club sponsoring a Key Club must have a Key Club advisor. Ideally, the Kiwanis Club will have a Key Club committee, and the advisor would be responsible for the successful operation of the Key Club. The Kiwanis advisor supports youth club members and the faculty advisor in all their endeavors, and also serves as a liaison between the sponsoring Key Club, the youth club faculty advisor, and school administrators. The role of the Kiwanis advisor is important to a sponsoring Key Club, but also to the total operations of the Key Club. Responsibilities to school organization and faculty advisor. Ensure there is open communication with the faculty advisor and regular meetings to discuss the plans and problems of the Key Club. Determine a mutual understanding of shared responsibilities for guiding, training, and supervising the club. Support the faculty advisor and being an advocate for the Key Club at the school and with the school administration and faculty. Responsibilities to the Key Club membership. Attend all regular board meetings. And as many Key Club sponsored service projects and events as possible. Seek ideas and suggestions for Key Club service projects from the community and Kiwanis clubs. Help maintain order as needed. Invite and encourage Key Club members to attend Kiwanis club meetings and events. Responsibility to the sponsoring Kiwanis clubs. Report to the Kiwanis club all the successes and needs of the Key Club. Annually review with the entire Kiwanis club the 10 steps of sponsorship to Key Club. These 10 steps can be found in the manual. Maintain a clear criminal history and provide a background check to Kiwanis club. Ensure all Kiwanis members who will be working with Key Club members understand the Kiwanis Youth Protection Guidelines. Let me stress that. Ensure all Kiwanis members who will be working with Key Club members, not only Key Club, Village Club, and CKI, understand the Kiwanis Youth Protection Guidelines. Encourage Kiwanis to get involved and support the Key Club events. And last, I may just very quickly do a little section here on shared advisory responsibilities as both the FACT and Kiwanis advisors. Ensure the Key Club meets regularly, ideally once a week. Oversee that the club follows both international and district bylaws of Key Club. Encourage club members to stand up and express their ideas and opinions. Assist in sending club members to district and Key Club international conventions. Work with the club secretary and treasurer to pay dues to Key Club International and the district in a timely manner. While it is responsible to the club leaders to handle dues, the advisors should oversee that it is completed. Support the club in sending delegates to both Key Club International and district convention, as well as leadership opportunities such as key leader. Confirm the Key Club secretary that all members who have paid dues have been entered in the membership update center and are active on the club's roster. President Zuri, that's a Kiwanis education for this evening, and certainly that the younger Kiwanis in the audience will have learned something from tonight.
Thank you, DLG. Willie, I also trust that they would have learned something as well. And I'm going to give my usual encouragement that we try to learn at least one thing about Kiwanis International, if not daily, weekly. Now it's time for the main event, where we get an inside look at the future of the Kiwanis movement. And at this time, I will turn over to Chairman D.P. Stewart, who will lead this portion of this week's meeting. Chairman D.P. Stewart.
Yes, good afternoon, fellow Kiwanians and guests. My job tonight is very simple, very straightforward. Because we have three special people with us, and we all know already that they are all part of the SLP movement. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about them, because that would be usurping part of what they are going to talk about, because they are going to present about their Kiwanis journey, including a little bit about what happened before that and also a little bit after. So I just let you know who we have. Let me introduce who we have. We're going to have Governor SARA Norman, and she is the governor of the Key Club Jamaica district. We also have LG, ALEXYA Abrams, who is she's the LG for Division 1 of the Key Club Jamaica district. And we also have District Secretary Alicia Ellis, who is the District Secretary for CKI Caribbean, the Caribbean district. Now, I didn't tell them which order I was going to ask them to speak in. So I'll do that now. I'm going to ask the first person I'm going to ask to speak is LG ALEXYA, right? And then I'm going to go to District Secretary ALEISHA, and then finally we'll go to Governor SARA. So you can all make a little note of that. And at the end of each person's segment, then I just come in and say, well, it's time for the next person, and name who that is. All right, so I'm looking forward to this. It's kind of like, it's kind of like an up close and personal that we do, only that these are not our members. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what our presenters have to say this evening. It's the first time we're doing it like this with our SLPs, and I just want you to sit back and relax. And as I said, the first person I'm going to call on is LG ALEXYA. Now, none of you told me you wanted whether you needed any to share your screen, but if you actually did, you just let me know and I'll make that available. So over to you, ALEXYA, and it's all yours.
Good evening, everyone. My name is ALEXYA Abrams, and I'm the Lieutenant Governor of Division 1 of Key Club Jamaica District. During my primary school days, I was an active participant in various extracurricular activities. Sadly, Builders Club was not one of them. However, I was involved in swimming, gymnastics, cheerleading, and dancing. I was also involved in Brownie for the first 2 years of my primary school days and 4-H for the next 2, where I became president in grade 6. Instill in me leadership skill that thoroughly I enjoyed. Recognizing my academic performance, I dedicated myself to work harder. Growing up, my parents didn't pressure me academically, but they had very high expectations of me. However, my position as Lieutenant Governor is not fully aware to them, but they know I'm doing something great, so it doesn't really matter to them. My uncle's academic excellence motivates me to strive for more because even though he's leading academic right now in the family, I believe I can surpass him. As a child, I always wanted to help the homeless, and I dreamed of creating an organization to support them. It wasn't until high school that I discovered Key Club. When I started Convents of Mercy Academy Alpha, my family initially told me not to join Key Club. However, I joined to the group's energy and I decided to join in second form. After my first online meeting, I was hooked. Although I wasn't an international member at first, I was determined to be an active member of Key Club. In fourth form, I became more involved and I learned more about the club's purpose. I befriended an executive member and I realized the numerous opportunities available through Key Club. I then paid my international dues and I began participating actively. In fifth form, I ran for the position of webmaster. Later, I was encouraged to run for the position of president for the year 2024-2025, which I won. As president, I ensured my key clubbers understood the importance of service. When the opportunity to become lieutenant governor arose, I was hesitant due to the additional stress I anticipated. However, after encouragement, I accepted the challenge and I was installed as the Lieutenant Governor of Division 1 Key Club Jamaica District after a district convention. Through my journey, I have encountered challenges, particularly with executive participation. Even if I was the only one to go and give back to the community, I wouldn't hesitate, up early, heading out to give my service. Nevertheless, I've learned to pursue and complete projects. Key Club has a memorable experience, and believe it or not, my year of presidency was my first time attending a mass meeting. During my presidency, I made it a mission to give back, and one of my missions was to feed the homeless, and to fund this, I hosted a Valentine's concert, which I aided in feeding the people of the Mary Atkins Homeless Shelter. This was definitely one of my favorite projects because it reminds me of the little dream I was able to make reality as a child of giving back to the homeless. I'm currently doing a periodicity drive with my division to enforce assistance with females who are struggling to get resources for menstruation. During this time of recovery, I think it's a good time to acknowledge many women are without these basic needs. Hurricane Melissa didn't cause significant physical damages to me, but it took an emotional and mental toll. As the storm approached, I worry about the potential impacts, especially seeing fellow Jamaicans struggling to secure themselves. It breaks my heart to see our fellow Jamaicans in such devastating situation and we are not able to help in the way we'd want. I want to say I hope that our fellow countrymen in the western side know that we in the east are with them and we are working together to build back Jamaica in every little way we can. An 18-year-old mother in Westmoreland specifically caught my attention. I'm trying my best to offer her support and assistance. The thought of her not having a home or food to feed her child really met my heart, and also that she's unable to take care of herself. It's sad to see and heart-wrenching to know that there are many others in similar situations such as hers. The Key Club Jamaica District wants to say thank you to the KIWANIS Club of Kingston for their support in conducting our hurricane relief project with helping our families in the western side. We thank you for every donation, idea, support, and accommodation being given to us through this initiative. And we can't wait to come together once more and help our people of Jamaica. Also, thank you for our amazing support towards the key clubbers within my division and helping us to grow as a club. Through Key Club, I have developed valuable leadership skills, including time management, organization, and confidence. I have learned to be outspoken, respectful, and empathetic. As I conclude, I encourage you to finish your passion and make a difference. Let's work together to serve our community and create a positive impact as a K family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexa. Do you pronounce it Alexa or Alexia?
Alexia.
Okay. Thank you for that. We won't entertain any questions until they've all done their presentations. And at that point, if anybody has any little follow-up that they would like to address to any of the speakers, then that would be fine at that time. So thanks again, Alexia. That was very interesting, very interesting.
You're welcome.
And I'll now, as I said before, go to District Secretary ALEISHA ELLIS. Your time.
Everyone,
So
are
yes.
you able to hear me clearly?
A little
Yes, we
low.
can.
We're hearing you clearly, but it could be a little bit louder.
Is it any better now?
Yes.
Much better.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to say good night to everyone who is on the platform, to all our Kiwanians, to all our SLP members, both from Key Club and from CKI. And I just want to thank the Kiwanis of Kingston for inviting me tonight to speak to others about my leadership journey through CKI. So about me, I'm a student of the Caribbean Maritime University, where I'm studying mechatronics engineering. I'm a lover of physics, mathematics, biology, and chemistry. Some persons find it odd, but yes, I do love all of those subjects. They're very dear to my heart. And my dream one day is to study at NASA, to be working at NASA. Um, my how can I say this? Where I started in Kiwanis. So I used to go to the St. Hugh's High School for girls, and that's where I was introduced to the Kiwanis family, Kiko. And St. Hugh's Key Club had this energy, the vibes and everything. So I wanted to be a part of it. Even though I didn't really join any leadership positions or anything, but I was a part of the club, and to be able to see the wonderful movement of what Key Club did. And so when I went further to pursue my education at the Portmore Community College, I found out about Circle K and I decided that I will be joining this club because I love the Kiwanis family with all my heart because of the values they uphold, service, leadership, and fellowship. And these tenets really guided me throughout, well, it's still even guiding me throughout my life. And so when I decided to join Circle K International, I was a bit shy, I would say, well, very shy. I wouldn't say I didn't really believe in myself that I could be able to, take up leadership positions and, influence other persons around me. But others see the passion, others see the determination that I have and the energy that I have, and decided to encourage me to step up for those leadership positions. And so I want to say really thank you to one of the persons who encouraged me, which is IT Theodore Doyle. He encouraged me to become the district chairperson of membership and engagement at the Portmore Community College. And there I was able to start my leadership journey and nurture my abilities. And during that time, I was one of the members who will go all the events that Circle K was having. And because of that determination and passion, it was recognized by the Lieutenant Governor of the Crystal Division, which is now IT Demari Brown. And so one night, IT Demari called me on the phone and was asking me if I was interested to run for the position of Lieutenant Governor for the Crystal Division. I was a bit skeptical, because this is another level and I have studies doing, and I was wondering if I could manage it. But through his charisma and his encouragement, I said yes, I will take up the mantle and run for this leadership position. And I was able to get the position. And throughout this journey, there are so many things that I have learned about leadership. And there are so many, persons that I have been able to meet, friends, persons that I can now call my friends, and learn so many new ideas and perspectives from persons, and in everything that we do, anything that concerns leadership, there's always ups and downs. But through it all, I've learned how to triumph, and I've learned how to be resilient and be determined to meet the end goal. And because of that, I was able to be recognized as the most outstanding lieutenant governor for that service year. And then I was awarded distinguished, lieutenant governor on international level. And now I serve as the district secretary for this service year on the Caribbean board. And so a big thanks to all the persons, Governor Julian Patterson, IT Demarin Brown, DC Alonso, and all the other persons who have been a vital part of my leadership journey, and was able to believe in me that I could be able to do this. And being a part of Circle K and even the Kiwanis family, I've, it's I don't know how to explain the feeling, but it's just really wonderful that I could be able to be a part of this family and experience the movement, being a brother's keeper, being able to give back to the community and make impact on person's life. It's always a passion of mine. And so to live this out is just a one of a kind experience. And I know that recently, we have experienced Hurricane Melissa, and we have seen the damages. Most of us, we felt nervous before it came, very nervous, anxiety all through the roof. And, we see the devastation, we see the impacts of what he has done on our country. And so, as CKI family and, doing what our motto says, live to serve, love to serve, the Caribbean board decided to do a hurricane post relief for for our members, especially in the Western Division, who was severely affected. And I just want to, say that if any Kiwanians, any SLPs would like to donate, we're still open to donations. We're tomorrow on Wednesday. If you need any more information on that, you can be able to reach out to me, and I can give you all the information concerning our Hurricane Melissa relief. And we'll be going on Thursday and Friday and Saturday to give back to our members, because we are our brothers keepers, and this is what it means: service, and fellowship, being friends with one another, and looking out for each other, because it's such especially this time now, it can be a hard time for persons, because most persons have to start back fresh, and especially with what's going on in the economy, it can be really hard. And so to be able to, with the leadership of Governor Julian Patterson, to be able to put on this project, it's truly aspiring and truly, something that we look forward to do. And this is what being a part of a service family is all about: giving back to others, and I'm really thankful to be able to be a part of this community.
Okay, thank you very much. Wow. One thing that you mentioned about going to attending CMU. Yeah, we had a couple of months ago, we had your president address us, and the wonderful things that he said about CMU. I can see that you are a product of that as well. So congratulations. We were very appreciative of what you had to say and tell us and share with us. So thank you for that. And then we'll go to our third and final presenter. And as we said before, that person is Governor Sarah Norman. So, Governor, it's your time.
Thank you. Is everyone hearing me? My Wi-Fi has been
We're hearing you we're hearing you well.
Okay, great. So good evening again, everyone. Firstly, I just want to say thank you for having me on tonight. When I got the invitation.
One second, maybe you could tilt your camera up a little bit. We're only seeing half of your face.
Good?
Right, that's good. That's much better. Thank you.
Okay. Right, so I was just saying thank you for having me on tonight. When I got the invitation to join and share my journey in Kiwanis, it felt like a full circle moment, even though I have Circle K and Kiwanis left. So the circle isn't complete yet, but you know what I mean. So my story in this family, it didn't start with me as district governor or any big title in Key Club. And most persons, they know it, say I was this shy little girl, but my story didn't start with me being a shy little girl. I was actually very outgoing and involved in a lot of things. Fortunately, Builders Club was one of those things. I attended Our Lady of the Angels Preparatory School, and Builders Club was for upper school. I believe that's grade 4 to 6 or grade 5 to 6. So, little me, I was like, this is some elite club, and I couldn't wait to be a part of this club. So when the time came, I joined Builders Club, and that's where the spark began. I remember back then I didn't even fully understand what service meant. All I knew was that this club was super organized and it felt mature, and I was leading and we were saying the pledge and running meetings. And every time we were doing something good, it just felt good, And so Builders Club was a lot of fun. Now, when I moved on to high school, I'm at the Immaculate Conception High. You probably think that I would have jumped right into Key Club, but the truth is that I didn't. At the time, I was very focused on track and field. Track and field was like my entire world, and my days were spent training and competing, and I didn't think that I had time for anything else. But then, life and its curveballs, and I eventually had to step away from track, and I found myself with some time. So my friend and I, we decided to go to a Key Club meeting. And at first, we were just going to keep each other company. We didn't expect anything to happen. But I remember how passionate everyone was, especially when it came to Key Club Week and District Convention. And, getting the opportunity to participate in service projects that I probably would not have done outside of Key Club. And I said, you know what? I want to be a part of this. So I paid my international dues and I joined Key Club. Honestly, this is where I found my sense of purpose. I realized that, leadership is not just about the position, but it's about passion through service. And then becoming district governor, it has also showed me that the leadership involves putting love into what you do. And that realization is continuing to guide me, and it allows me to try and inspire others the same way my first president in Key Club would have inspired me. And then, Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica. So I live in Kingston, and compared to what others have faced, my experience was less than mild. We had some strong winds. There was a little flooding in my area and then power outage, but nothing that messed up my home or my family. I do have family in the West, and my grandfather is diabetic. So when they lost signal and we couldn't get through to anyone, it was a bit scary for me. My mom and I went down to give my family some food and other essentials, and we tried to keep my grandfather's insulin cool because they have no electricity. And it would be harder for him to come down to Kingston. So we're trying to do what we can over there. But I'm still grateful because God has blessed me and shown my family and I some grace. I think it has taken a toll on me mentally, however, becoming as governor, and I've gotten to know so many people across the country and becoming friends with some of them. And now I'm hearing that their lives have changed drastically. It honestly hit me very hard, and sometimes I feel a little guilty when I'm eating my dinner or I'm drinking my water, when many of them cannot do that at this time. I'm going to share a message from the president of Godfrey Stewart's Key Club. Her name is Tamoya, and she lives in Westmoreland. She says, "Hello, everyone." I wish I could have shared this on the screen, but I didn't have it on a document. But she says, "Hello, everyone. Hurricane Melissa has left many people homeless, and some are unsure where their next meal will come from. My home was not damaged, but persons in my community have lost their homes, and I am committed to helping those in need. I have been providing shelter and support to those affected. During the storm, I saw some individuals injured by zinc sheets, which was very heartbreaking. Due to internet connectivity issues, some overseas relatives wanted to reach their families here. I helped facilitate communication so they could send voice notes to their loved ones and ensure they are safe. It has been a pleasure to assist others during this difficult time, and I hope we will continue to support and stay strong." So that was her message, and I've been texting her every day, checking in with her and her community. And at this time, they are just trying their best to adjust and to restore what they can. And that's when I realized that this guilt or what I was feeling is not what persons would need from me at this time. As a leader, I can do something. And so instead of sitting with these emotions, my district board and we launched our hurricane relief initiative. So I'm also extending thanks to you, the Kiwanis Club of Kingston, for donating to our donation drive. This was separate from the official relief initiative because we needed to assist our key clubbers in Westmoreland urgently. So thanks to you and our other Kiwanis or K family, we were able to provide care packages for about 75 families. This was at Manning's on November 5. And this could not have been possible without your support. So part one of our relief initiative is still ongoing. and you can drop off donations at the Rockfort Police Station or 13 West Kings House. You can also contact me or anyone on the district board to work out additional drop-off points. So just to wrap up, when I look back on my journey throughout the K family, from Builders Club to now Key Club, and learning what leadership really means, and to have the privilege to serve and represent other young leaders, I realize that every stage of my journey is just preparing me for the next one. And so I just like to say thank you for the example that you, Kiwanis, sets for us. And also thank you for listening to me tonight. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you, Governor Sarah. Very, very, very interesting. I do want to, allow our member, our audience to ask a few questions if they are so minded. But I have one question for each of you to kind of kick it off. So I'm gonna just tell you what the question is, and then I'll go with, since you're on already, I'll let Governor Sarah answer her question first. But let me tell you what the question is, Governor Sarah. I'm curious to know why you had to, or why you chose to step away from track and field. Is that something you can share?
Okay, I see that my video is lagging, but I'm laughing at this time. So I stopped about 2 years ago. And honestly, at one point, I realized that my future with my career and everything, track and field, like when I was doing track and field, there was nothing else. You couldn't do anything else because by the time you finish training and you get home, you probably do your homework or try and do your homework and then you fall asleep. So I think when I realized that it wasn't what I wanted to do in the future, I realized I had to do other stuff in my life in order to prepare me for that future. And so I guess the big reason, there are obviously other stuff, some personal stuff that why I had to stop, but one of the main reasons was the time that it was taking away from other important stuff in my life.
Okay, that's a good answer. I was just curious. And now this next question is for oh yeah, yeah. Oh yes, to be Alicia, right? Alicia, what made you decide to go to CMU? Well, what was the plan there? What was the game plan that made you go to CMU?
Okay, wow. So this is it was really funny why I decided to go to CMU. So I decided to send out my application to the university, to all the universities, UWI, UTech, and CMU at the same time. And so I've decided that anyone that responded to me first, that's where I will go. But also another reason why I even choose CMU was that I just wanted to stick to the uniform. I don't know, I really love the uniform, even though most times persons mix us up for security, but I really do love wearing uniforms. I think it's more easier for me. But yeah, that's that's the reason.
Okay, interesting. And for Alexia, you said that I'm not sure if it was your parents or so on, said you shouldn't join Key Club or you shouldn't join, something like that. Is that correct? Or did I get it wrong? But I'm
Yeah,
curious.
you got it correct.
Okay. Why was that? Why you think they were concerned about you joining something like Key Club?
Okay, so I felt like it was because you know how people have this, I would say, like they have it in your head that Key Club is just to go out and socialize. So in my experience, think that they told me that because they didn't want me to go out and socialize, and that socialize lead to something else. And you know that I'm a girl child, so
Okay.
yeah, I feel like it was because of that.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. This fellow audience, the rest of the audience, I am not seeing any hands up, but I would love to know if any of you have any questions for any of our presenters tonight. Who wants to go first? I'm sure somebody must have something that they want to know a little bit more about. Oh, I see a hand up. Is that let me okay, you know who you are. You have your hand up. Shamoya? Is that LG Shamoya?
Hello, good night. This is LG Shanoy. I didn't get to hear Alexia presentation. Alexia, that's right.
Yes.
What do you want to study in the future, and like which university would you attend, and if you join CK?
Okay, so I want to study nursing. I know you is gonna take me, and I'll be joining Circuit at you.
Okay, great. That's nice. And make sure you get active.
Definitely.
Okay.
I see some hands going up, but that's not questions, are they? Or just okay, I see another. Oh yeah, Zarika William. Zarika, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Go right ahead.
Okay, I have a question. What made you really want to be a big part of Key Club?
Which,
What's driving you to
which one
continue?
to indicate which one you're addressing the question to first?
Alexia.
Okay.
Okay.
Complete. Go ahead.
I wanted to have a big position in Key Club because from I was president, I realized my love for Key Club. You know how they would say like at KC when champs time you say, you're a die-hearted Fortis, I would call myself a die-hearted Key Clubber. So there's nothing you can say to me, absolutely nothing you can say to me that I would say Key Club is wrong. Even when I know Key Club is wrong, Key Club is right. And it's just something I love to do. I think I said it day before yesterday, if Key Club was a job, I'll just take this as a job because it's something like I like doing. I mean, it's stressful at times, but it's just stress that I like. So I think that's why I did accept the position of running for lieutenant governor. I'm like, it's gonna be hard, but I'll get through it and I'm gonna like what I'm doing. And it was either I run for lieutenant governor or I'm just gonna be a member. And I just don't think I wanted to be a member. So that's basically
Thank you, Alish. That covered it. That covered it. Any more hands up? Anybody else wants to just punch in? We're gonna head towards the closing in a minute, but I'm sure we have a time for a few more. If anybody else has anything else they'd like to ask, don't be shy.
I have
Donna,
a question.
Okay,
To
go ahead,
District
Janaya.
Secretary Alicia, would you run for governor?
You heard the question, Alicia?
Yes, I did.
I
I'm currently thinking about it. It's in the thinking process.
Okay. One can always think about these things, yes. All right. Is there, no, I don't see anything more. Let me see if I had anything in my notes. Okay. I think you guys have done very well. Somebody has been designated to do the vote of thanks, but I just ask one more time, and I now see another hand up. Yes, Dr. Eurydice, DP, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. Great presentation. Thank you for this opportunity, DP. So, my question is for SARA. You stated that you felt guilty eating and all of that, so you've done you're in phase 1 of your the relief effort. Can you say from your experience, I've gathered that you might have been in proximity to the people who need relief, or that you have gone there physically yourself. So can you say what is the greatest need right now based on your assessment? I know they need a lot of things, but what would be the greatest need after food? I know that, rice and flour is probably a no-no, but what is your greatest need right now?
Yes, so other than food and water, I would probably say building materials. When I went down, I didn't get to go to St. Elizabeth or Westmoreland. I went to Manchester, and even just that area, some of the houses were destroyed. And even some of my key clubbers, they have reached out to me, and they've said that they've lost their homes. And I think if we can provide some building materials for them to just get started on rebuilding, I would say that's one of the necessities after food and water. Also, education for the students. I'm hoping that they can get started soon on that as well, in any way possible.
Governor Sarah, thank you for that, Eurydice. Governor Sarah, you're still collecting donations?
Yes, we are. We'll be going down on the 23rd, so we're collecting up until the 22nd. I can send you the flyer for you to circulate. We have a list of items that we're requesting. And as I said, you can drop them off at 13 West King's House or the Rockfort Police Station. But if those two locations are probably out of your way, you can reach out to me to discuss where we can pick them up from you.
So what about cash donations? Are you collecting cash?
Yes, so we are accepting cash you can send money to our district account. I can also get that to you to circulate. It's NCB.
Yes, I think that would be good because a lot of persons may not, well, sometimes the persons who are closer to the need or closer to the persons can better use the money more efficiently rather than, other persons on the sideline in terms, so I'm just thinking that may be a help. So please make sure that we get the information on the bank account and so on, so that we can spread that information. I want to commend you on at least the initiative of getting that started. Very, very good.
I just want to add that the Circuit K Caribbean District is doing a hurricane relief as well. We have members in the West who are really affected. Some have lost their homes, some has lost everything. We're really in need of tarpaulins and building materials for them. As I said before, we are all still open to donations. You can be able to reach out to me for any more information. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we will be packing items. Sorry, because we will be going down to the Western region Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to distribute these goods for our CK members who are affected.
And you also have a bank account that you can connect with?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so please provide that information. You can probably send it to DLG Willie or something, and then we can circulate it within the club and to anybody else, any other Kiwanian club that wants to get that information.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I was just about to hand it back. Did you put up your hand again? You
Yes.
or you just didn't take it down?
No, I did put it up again. Thank you so much
Okay.
for this opportunity.
All right.
One last little question.
You'll be the last one. Go ahead.
I don't know. Can you help me understand about how much for one tarpaulin? You know the price? Then does anybody know the price?
They have different
The price
sizes.
for the largest one downtown is for $4,000.
4,000. Okay.
Did you say $1,000?
4.
4. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Good information.
Chairman,
Mhm.
good
Yes.
evening.
Okay, go ahead, DP Blanchard.
Happy to have joined your meeting. Heard somebody ask a question about cost of tarpaulin. My company distributes tarpaulin at this moment. We have given out maybe over 100 tarpaulins. However, we sell tarpaulins for like a 6x8 for $690, up to 4,000 like a 20x30. So I mean, just to share that information.
What is your company? Name the company.
Sunshine Abrasive and More. We can be reached at if the persons are interested. Call me directly, DP Blonzo, 319-6349. And I can assist.
Give me the number again. 319
319-6349.
6349.
Or 782 3224.
3224. Okay. And that's DP Blanchard. What's your last name again? It came off the screen too quickly.
Ellis.
Ellis,
Ellis.
right? Okay. Thank you for that information.
You're most welcome.
Okay. Okay. President Zuri, I'll allow you to introduce the person who will do the, that's your purview.
All right, so I was having some sound issues, so I joined on my phone as well. So I had to leave from there so not to cause that feedback. So I'm hoping that you are hearing me and
We
that
can
I'll
hear
be
you.
okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay, that's
We
good.
can hear you.
All right, so I'm sure he will take great pleasure in saying thanks to our speakers this evening. I'm going to invite VP Uncle Andrew to do the vote of thanks.
Evening. Thank you, Uncle Zuri. And good evening, ladies. Thank you so much for joining with us. I think we see all the commendations in the chat. Great presentations, and DP Stewart has been thanking and been sharing gratitude throughout the presentations. I think your stories were really, really well received. As with any sharing from a member of our K family, the first thing that hits you is a passion for service. And I think that really stood out from all of your presentations, as well as strong hints of ambition, of excellence, and of balance. We really saw where you've been able to balance with your academic pursuits, with your other clubs, balance this passion for service, and really appreciate it. LG Alexia, I got to meet you at the St. Hugh's installation not too long ago. And as Jamaicans would say, little but talawa. And I think he gave me one of my favorite quotes of the night. He said, well, it's stress, but it's stress that you like. And I think that really sums up a lot of our journeys at all levels through this K life, at Key Club, at Circle K, at Kiwanis. But thank you for sharing. DS Alicia, we'll continue to cheer you on through your journey. Your path thus far has been really inspiring, and we'd love to see you all the way in space someday with NASA. And we thank you for sharing your journey, and look forward to what will come to. I hear questions came about Governor. I don't know if this is the start to your platform, your campaign, but I wish you the best. And Governor SARA, thank you so much for sharing your journey, particularly, and for also leaving us with a charge and a reminder to give back and to share with those of us in our communities and in our spaces, even within the K family, who may be in need. As is projected, we have a certificate of appreciation presented to each of you on behalf of our Kiwanis Club. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
You're all welcome. President Zuri?
Thank you. Wait, all right, give me. Are you getting a feedback?
No. Well,
okay.
I heard some of it, but that's not it.
Okay, let me just leave. Okay. All right. Thank you, VP Uncle Andrew. And thank you to our presenters for being with us this evening. And now we will have our Sergeant at Arms, DP Earl Spencer.
Oh, how do I do this? Coming up. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, but I don't know why I lost my video. Maybe it's a good idea. But
Okay,
anyway.
we're seeing you.
I can see you.
Okay. It was an interesting evening, and with that huge number of persons attending, I would hope that all of you will contribute, that all members of Kiwanis Club of Kingston will contribute to the kitty tonight. $300 as usual. But I'm going to ask DLG Willie to next week to let us see how much we have actually collected. I have a story for you tonight, and it's SLPs and so on, so it will be appropriate. By their deeds you shall know them. That's how I captioned it. But there are three in line at the gate of heaven, waiting on St. Peter. And St. Peter is going to listen to what they have to say about themselves and check his records to see if they're accurate. So the first one said, I was a nun from early in my life on earth. I worked hard attending to children who had no parents or were abandoned, and those who were abused. St. Peter said, yes, we have that on record. You can step in. The second one says, I was a teacher, and I spent most of my life with children. Tried to be a compassionist and tried to make sure that I got the best out of them. And I've done that for most of my life. He checks his records and confirms her report. So she steps in. And then there's this short, podgy guy who you wouldn't really associate having any pugilistic skills or anything. But he had his story. He said, well, I didn't do much service throughout my life, but there was this particular night, and an old lady was walking in this alley when a tall man with long hair, long beard, and a ring in his nose loomed out of the shadows and grabbed her bag. And I said, no, you can't just do that. And he rushed to the man because he was in shock and started to beat up on this villain, hitting him in his groin. And when he bent over, he yanked the ring out of his nose. And then he fell, he stomped on him. And he warned, when next you try to take advantage of old ladies, just remember, you'll have to get past me as well. So St. Peter is checking his records. And he says, that sounds very gallant of you, but my records don't show that. The podgy guy says, oh, no, you wouldn't see that. It just happened 3.5 minutes ago. So, so you see, he thought he beat up this guy, the guy that killed him. So he died doing good. So that's the little story for tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Over to you, Press.
Yes, I did.
Oh, was it done?
Back to you.
Thank you, DP Earl. So I'm getting a notification that my internet connection is unstable. So unfortunately, I missed the punchline of your joke, but I'll be sure to go back and rewatch this week's
Yeah,
meeting.
man, I can tell you again, you want it? But go ahead, check it. The others heard, so
I'll
check
have
it.
to go back and rewatch
Let
it.
let him watch the video.
Yeah, man, let them watch it. Then he will realize if he said anything not so smart for himself at the same time. Okay, good. Thank you for the opportunity.
And I'll use that to inform everyone that our meetings are recorded and they are available on YouTube, so you can always go back to rewatch any of our meetings. Anything that you think you have missed, you can always go back to our YouTube page to watch the meeting. Notices and announcements
just
and
add something.
interclubbing opportunities. Secretary DLG Willie will bring those to us now.
Thank you, President Dury. Before I give you our notice and announcements, let me also express my thanks to LG, ALEXYA, Divisional Secretary ALEISHA, and Governor SARA. Many, many thanks for accepting my invitation. It was a lovely evening, and I was hoping it would continue. Thank you to all who attended the meeting, and in particular all our visiting CKI members, both from Jamaica and overseas, and in particular St. Lucia. Thank you very much. In terms of notices, President already alluded to our Christmas ball charity being held on Sunday, December the 6th at the Pegasus at 8 o'clock. Cost of tickets, $20,000. KIWANIS, those who have not yet purchased tickets, please do so now. We need the funds because we're going to have to make substantial deposits to the hotel before we can use their facilities. With respect to the Christmas ball, our next Christmas ball planning committee meeting will be held on the 13th. We have changed the venue for our committee meetings to the Summit Hotel, with which Christmas Ball Committee Chair, DP Marcel, has a connection. We had our meeting there Thursday, and we really enjoyed the atmosphere and the environment. This Saturday, fellow KIWANIS, our breakfast feeding program continues at Marie Atkins. Those KI members or Key Club members who are with us this evening and wish to come and join us every third Saturday in the month at our breakfast feeding program are indeed extremely welcome. We meet at 10 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. We normally get started by 9:30. We have devotion, and then we serve the residents and then the homeless off the street. In terms of interclubs, there's two major ones. Well, the first one, Kiwanis Club of Global Alliance, as President Eddie Wong, his club will be having a health fair at the Tivoli Gardens on the 21st of November. If any of our members, particularly those who are doctors, can assist at any time during the course of the day, he would welcome you with open arms. So, Uncle Andrew, if you know of anybody that can assist us, please let us know. And the following day, that is the Saturday, 22nd, they'll be having a joint installation, Kiwanis Club of Capital City and Global Alliance at the Hotel Four Seasons at 6 p.m. Cost is $7,500. Other interclub opportunities will be circulated tomorrow or as the occasion arises. So in the meantime, those are notices and announcements, President. Back over to you, sir. You may want to ask anybody inside the room, including our SLPs, if they have any announcements to make. Thank you.
Thank you, dear G. Willie. So we now open the floor to anyone present on the meeting platform if it is that you wish to share any upcoming activity with us. This is your opportunity to do so. Going once. Going twice. Gone. So we'll now have our thought for the week. And our thought this week will be coming from Director DP Marcel.
I don't believe he's present, President Zuri.
All right, is DP Marcel on?
No, I don't think so.
Right. If not, I will just say it was indeed a pleasure to have your company with us this evening, as we heard some very beautiful stories about the resilience of the human spirit. Again, I will encourage you to give help to your brothers and sisters in the central and western parishes where you can, however you can. Remember to be your brother's keeper, especially in this time when so many are in need. I'm going to invite you now to, with me, raise your figurative, literal glasses in toast to Kiwanis International and to Jamaica, land we love.
We love.
This meeting of the Kiwanis Club of Kingston is now terminated at 8:32 p.m. Have a good evening, everyone.